up by Green. Throws it back up top. James puts up the three. Oh, it's good! LeBron James from downtown.
Hello, welcome back to episode of Three Guys on Mike. As always, my name is Jeremiah with my two co-hosts here,
William,
Aaron. And you know what? I was right. I wasn't wrong. 1 for 1, 1 of 1. My Milwaukee Bucks, I'll say Milwaukee Bucks. I switch it every week here now. I called it a Game 6 victory in Milwaukee in Deer District. NBA Finals are going to be crowned, right? So Game 5, total of 123 to 119. This is in Phoenix. It's not an elimination game, but it might as well be. It was a do or die game. Suns needed to win, could not win. Big three here. Giannis, 32, 9-6. Middleton, 29, 7-5. And Holiday, 27, 4-13. Combined for 88 points in a primetime game, right? Primetime game. You know, an episode back, a week back, I called the momentum switch. You know what I mean? I said 2 games in Milwaukee, going to Phoenix with the momentum. I don't know if the Suns can get that done. I think the Bucks are gonna win in Phoenix, right? That's what they went ahead and did. You know, I told Ray Romero. I told him in the comments. Oh, hey, we respond to all our comments, guys. I told him in the comments, hey, watch out for what happens in his next coming games. And that's what happened. You know, I think it's incredibly sad for Crowder, for Booker, who's dropping multiple 40-point games, for CP3. Don't know if he's gonna get another shot at this, right? However, the silver lining is I don't think both these teams are going anywhere. I think both these teams are going to be good the next season as well. I don't think it's going to be a fluke like how the Heat and the Lakers are. You know what I mean? I think both these teams are still going to be good. Yeah, Lil Mickey, right? One thing I told Willie about this, I think PJ Tucker, I'm glad he's getting less minutes, simply because he isn't a guy that needs to play 35 minutes a game. He's a 24-minute guy. And, you know, I think he still brings a lot for like the offensive boards and their aggressiveness and being an enforcer for his size. However, he just doesn't have an NBA shot no more. He doesn't have a shot that you can rely on. He misses open corner threes. It's just you gotta give those minutes to somebody else. However, I think that they've done an amazing job transitioning and really flipping the switch, and I'm looking forward to them closing out the series. Willie?
I was gonna say that I agree with your PJ Tucker take, and for the fact, like how I told you before we started recording, is that I think he needs to play minutes that are meaningful instead of playing the entire or for 35 minutes a game, because as we know, he's been fouling a lot. Yeah. So I feel like with him, you limit his minutes, and he could just be aggressive as he wants to without putting the team in jeopardy. Yeah. But watching the series, it's just a clear indicator that the Bucks at their best is better than the Suns at their best. Yeah. That's just how it is. And that's the reason why all three of us picked the Bucks, because we're looking at them like they were going to be at their best. The Bucks look like a completely different team. As Jeremiah was saying, that talk on the plane right needed to be different. I feel like Giannis probably was that vocal leader. We saw him at the end of game 2 on the bench just trying to rally the troops, and I feel like that helped. Another thing that's big for the Bucks is that they got much needed rest. As I was saying, from the Hawks series, they just had to turn around and go straight to Phoenix. They didn't really have any time to rest. But now, from game 2 to game 3, there was 2 days off. Game 3 to game 4, 2 days off. Game 4 to game 5, 2 days off. So I feel like this is helping the Bucks a lot. And as we know, the Suns had 6 days off before this series. So it was obviously in their clear advantage. My thing with the Suns is that I still do think the Suns are a phenomenal team. And I don't think this playoff run is a fluke or whatever, you know, people are trying to say. But it's just so demoralizing when your young star looks like a top 5 scorer in the NBA right now. Having 42 points on 17 of 28 shooting. By the way, 0 threes, which is insane to do, having 42 points off of 0 threes. And then he turns around and has a 40-point game. It's honestly, it sucks, and I feel like the Suns are beating themselves. Another point is that Chris Paul. Where was Chris Paul in Game 5? In the first 3 quarters, he wasn't really doing anything. Especially, and that's when I feel like he needed to have an impact, because that's when the Bucks were getting hot. That's when the Bucks were coming back into the game. With Chris Paul also having 17 turnovers in games 1 through 4, which is horrible, especially for the point guard, as he's always referred to. The veteran player. And as you see, late in game 4, he takes the ball out of Devin Booker's hands, which I didn't agree with, and he turns the ball over, leading to an and-one to Chris Middleton. And the Suns, they learned from that mistake, right? In the next game, almost the same time, same everything, they give it to Devin Booker, who was a hot player, and he makes the same mistake. So I feel like it has to be demoralizing for the Suns when both of your top players make that same mistake late in the game. And then, as Little Man was saying, we didn't get to record, but Little Man said it in our chat that he felt like Chris Middleton was gonna go off.
Yeah, he actually called it.
He called it.
Yeah.
He Chris Middleton definitely went off. But one thing that was funny is that I was told by Ray Romero, by a plethora of people, since Giannis can't shoot his free throws, he isn't ready for the moment, right?
Yeah.
But after having a nasty, I mean, you can't really call it an injury, but he hurt his knee, right?
Yeah.
It looked gross. It looked like he was going to be
image.
out. Yeah, it looked like he was going to be out for a long time. But back-to-back games of 40 and 10. And then you follow that up with 26, 14, and 8 with 2 blocks, 3 steals. And then you have 32, 9, and 6. And to top it all off, he didn't just have the stat line, he had the plays.
Yeah.
He has 2 memorable plays I feel like will go down in finals history.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to know that you have a 2-0 lead, you have home court advantage, you have the young stars, you have the momentum, you have a team that's
everything. The rest.
Yeah, you have the rest. You have a player on the other side in Drew Holiday who was shooting 4 for 20. You have Giannis, who you weren't sure about his status, and you blow that lead. You're losing 3 games in a row now.
Yeah.
In the first quarter of Game 5, now I'm on to Game 5. In the first quarter of that, you're up 37-21. You only missed 5 shots, and I knew watching this game, I was like, okay, they only missed 5 shots. It's not sustainable. They're gonna cool down eventually. But I didn't think that the Bucks were gonna claw their way back in 6 minutes of the game. I thought it was gonna be in the third quarter. They eventually tie it up or something. But to just come out in the second quarter that flat, I feel like this has to be looked at as the Suns just choking. That's honestly how I see it. I still think the Bucks are a phenomenal team, and I'm giving them all the credit. But I feel like the Suns, you have to play better in this situation. And let's keep in mind, just a few years ago, Milwaukee was labeled as a team who couldn't come back. Remember? Because Giannis was his style of play. You just can't come back with that. But now that Chris Middleton is balling, he's giving you an opportunity to close games, and he's giving you an opportunity to get back into games. And as you pointed out, the Bucks' big three had 88 points combined, right?
Yeah.
The Suns' big three had 81 points combined. So they're kind of even on the stat sheet. When you watch the game, the Bucks' big three outplay them in every category. On the defensive side, making major plays, making key plays. So I feel like on the stat sheet, the Suns are putting up numbers, but just when you watch the game, the feeling of the Bucks are the more dominant team. The Bucks are they're hungrier. I feel like no one on the Suns is as hungry, besides maybe D-Book. But other than that, I don't see them as that hungry. So yeah, that's my take on it. Going into Game 6, I feel like Chris Paul has to be the best player. Like I said, he has to be the best player in something. He has to make phenomenal plays, has to be consistent throughout the entire game. And as well as Drew Holiday played, I still think he can afford to have a 4 for 20 shooting game as long as he's doing everything else. I think Chris Middleton is the guy that needs to be big in Game 6 because you can't go back to Game 7. You can't go back to Phoenix. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Luma.
I think you guys both had very good points on these past couple games. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Bucks. Game 3 and 4 went how I thought 1 and 2 were gonna be. The Bucks going down and then a momentum shift, or they start off with that and then make the right defensive adjustments. And with Giannis, he's been giving the Suns hell in the paint on both ways of the ball. I mean, I don't think Aiden can hold him. We said that before the finals even started. I just don't think they have that big to stop Giannis. And maybe the big three doesn't need to have a big game as a whole, like we all saw yesterday. And the past couple games, Drew Holiday hasn't been shooting that well. But yesterday was his breakout game. And Middleton played good, and Giannis played good. But I think if I'm the Bucks, Drew can sell a whole game. But I'd rather see him when he's not shooting well. He can still play make and defend very good. And especially when Middleton is playing like 1993 MJ, I think the Bucks are unstoppable.
Yeah, I believe he had like 13 assists last night.
Yeah, he had like 27 and 13.
Yeah, 27. Yeah, exactly.
And I just love their momentum going into Game 6. And with the Suns, I expected a masterpiece from CP3. But as we all saw last night, you guys both mentioned it, CP3 just vanished. I mean, those first 2 quarters was playing like he was going to have a masterpiece. It was going to be one of those nights again. And then just out of the blue, does nothing. And the past 2 games before that, he had 15 turnovers as a whole. And we all know that CP3 isn't that type of guy to be doing that.
Not that guy. Yeah.
He's just not that. He's not that guy. And D-Book, I love the way he's been playing, but I'm not sure if a lot of people have noticed, but I've seen it, especially last night. In the fourth quarter, he just hasn't been playing as he was the first 3 quarters. I don't think he was attacking, and especially on that last play, I thought that was kind of a bad move, especially considering the fact that he drove in
stops his dribble.
Giannis and Drew were both there, and he stops his dribble.
Yeah.
And at that point, you gotta hand the ball over your head.
And PJ, so 3 of them. He
And
dribbled
PJ,
into-
those are like
yeah.
three
PJ was
defensive player of the
PJ
years,
was on the ball.
potentially.
Was on the ball. Yeah.
He was on the ball.
Yeah.
And my major point here, to finish it off, I want DeAndre Ayton to step up. I think Game 5 he only had like 8 points. I mean, they held him pretty good. Giannis held him pretty good. We haven't seen him the way the way he played those first 2 rounds. He just hasn't been there. And I think the Bucks win in 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. Oh well.
No, yeah, I'm
Oh,
agree.
okay.
I mean, I called that the Bucks were winning in 7, but so yeah, I kind of agree with Little Man, and I'm not saying DeAndre Ayton is a bad player by any means. I still think he's a phenomenal talent. He's still very young.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, the numbers he's putting up, it's not that impactful when I see it.
It's like Andre Drummond.
Yeah, it's like, and in the playoffs, like the numbers he was putting up, you kind of felt him, right? In the first 2 games, I felt like you kind of felt DeAndre Ayton.
I mean, he broke records.
Yeah, but since then, I feel like DeAndre Ayton has been putting up good numbers, but it just hasn't been felt, if that makes sense. Like, just the Bucks they're not like, oh damn, he's going off right now.
And to piggyback off that, when we talk about the Suns, the big thing over these past few weeks or past week has been, or their playoff run has been, they're a team that hits like big shots when you need them, right? Crowder's always knocking down a stupid 3 when you need it, right? Like Cam Johnson's like is crispy form, right? Like that's always happening. I'm not gonna say it's disappeared, but
lackluster.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it isn't. They don't like they needed that bad last night. They needed that bad. I don't know if it's gonna just return in Game 6, but yeah, it's. I'm not gonna say all is lost for the Phoenix Suns. However, this Bucks team is a game away. You know what I mean? A game away. I don't imagine that there's gonna be anything that they won't play through. You know what I mean? Like injury, sickness, whatever it is. You know what I mean? I can't imagine there's anything they won't do to win this game.
And one thing I do want to say is another thing with Ayton, and I think why he hasn't been that effective is because I think Giannis and Brook Lopez are probably the 2 best players to guard the pick and roll. I mean, that's how he ate up the last 2 opponents.
That's true.
And then we all saw the block at the end of Game 4, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he was at the top of the key, Giannis, guarding Devin Booker. Literally just turns around. I think he only took like 1 step too.
Probably.
That's all he needs.
And blocked it. And that was crazy. That was for sure a momentum swing right there.
Definitely.
You go.
No.
Okay, well, I have 2 points that I just remember right now. But last night watching this game, Giannis's jump shot looks incredible. Like, a guy actually noticed that he had like 4 or 5 jumpers, I think, last night, and it's crazy how different he looks from shooting 3s to moving up 2 feet and shooting a shot. He looks really, really like comfortable with that turnaround jumper. So I feel like if it's crazy to say that he needs to add something to his game, but if he adds that to his game and he makes that his move, it's gonna be scary. And another thing that's crazy about Giannis is that we always say he's not good at free throws, but yeah, he's still the best player on the floor at all times. So there's still much room for him to improve, which is scary. And another thing that I saw through these finals, that the refs have been horrible. Yeah, we didn't record after Game 4, but Devin Booker had 9 fouls and shit. And then last night he also had a big foul. He had a huge foul on Middleton again, but they didn't call it. They called it out of bounds. Yeah. And there's also been plays where Giannis is getting fouled, they don't call anything, and then when he isn't getting fouled, they call like little shove fouls. So it's like I feel like, I don't think they're ruining the games, but it's just, for me, there's certain things it just doesn't make it fun to watch.
And none of them are new guys. You know what I mean? It's people. It's some of them. Like I believe one of the guys has coached 10 NBA finals.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you always have the best.
The best of the best. Yeah, exactly. Anything else, guys?
No, just.
Yeah.
It's been a really entertaining final.
It has, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching episode of 3 Guys on Mic. You know, each and every week, guys, each and every day, our subscribers go up. We get more views, more likes, guys. We really appreciate each and every one of you guys, all the love, guys. Feel free, guys, tell a friend about us. You can, down below, share our link through messages. You copy the link, your Twitter, whatever it is, guys. We appreciate any and all love.
Make sure you guys interact with our polls.
We're on Instagram, of course.
If there's anything you disagree with our polls, anything you disagree with on our videos, make sure to comment. Anything you agree with us, anything you want to add on.
And I'll even make TikToks. So I'm going to make another TikTok today, guys. So feel free to check that out, guys. Thank you so much.
You guys both mentioned it.